Welcome to the Three Retro Movie Geeks podcast with me, Rob Taylor.
Me, Scott Witham.
Me, Paul Constable.
Welcome to the Three Retro Movie Geeks podcast with me, Rob, the Truffle Shuffle Taylor.
And me, Scott, I ain't got time to bleed with them.
And me, Paul, Said Cocktail Constable.
And we're going to be talking about 80s and 90s movies from our childhood.
The greatest cinema era ever.
Notice anything unusual about Santa Carla yet?
It's a pretty cool place. If you're a Martian.
Or a vampire?
Hello and welcome to episode 17. We are discussing the 1987 horror comedy, The Lost Boys. It's just me here at the moment, Rob, and I am actually waiting for Paul and Scott to get here. They said they'll get here after sundown, which is a bit weird, so I'm just waiting for them to arrive. Oh, they're here. I'll just get the door. Alright, how's it going? Yeah, good. Yeah.
You going to invite us in then?
Invite you in? Yeah. Come in then. A bit weird. Thank you. You alright, Paul? Hey, is that alright? Take a seat.
You started without us?
No, just wondering why I had to invite you in, but anyway, yeah, don't worry about it.
Hello. Bonjour.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Good. Before we start, we are 1 year old.
That is incredible. Time flies when you're podcasting about 80s movies.
Yes, and it was a year ago we did Ghostbusters.
To the day or?
On the 20th.
Right, and it is the 23rd now.
Ironically, the new Ghostbusters film came out yesterday.
Yes, it did, yeah.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? So I've got to say, caterpillar cake to celebrate.
Oh, wow.
Now, was that
Here
an
it is.
M&S one, or was that Cuthbert or Colin?
It was, I don't know which one it is, but it was £7.50 that was. Can believe that. So just give me £2.50 each later. There you go.
What if I don't have any?
He leaves out the. You can have the head. That's got the most ice in it. Yes, so 1 year old, and we have done.
That's nuts.
Yeah, we've done 60. This is our 17th podcast.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And I got some. Depressing, isn't it? I ordered some party hats as well, but they never came, so I am pretty good about that, but never mind. So, right, what have we been watching since we last met? Anything exciting?
Been watching a little bit more Oppenheimer. It's obviously quite a long film.
Yeah.
Fun enough, Lost Boys. That's about it. I haven't watched The Never-Ending Story again.
Never we.
No.
I've watched it, done it. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I've been slowly working through this scratch off poster of 100 greatest works of art movies. So apart from Lost Boys last night, last weekend we watched The Departed and Little Miss Sunshine, which were two great films, really big surprises. Breakfast at Tiffany's, which I'm sure a lot of people like it for good reasons. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And then going back through the original X-Files for Series 1.
I've been doing that.
Which is kind of eye-opening. I used to love it as a kid, but I kind of just... It's all right as an adult now.
It's quite reminds me
It's dated.
of school.
Yeah, I get nostalgia.
Talking about it. Remember that episode last night?
Never watched it.
You never seen any X-Files?
No.
Not a single one. No.
Oh, X-Files is just so 90s, isn't it?
It's so 90s.
Yeah, I'm still in the 80s, mate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It is great, X-Files. I've watched Rambo First Blood,
Nice.
and I watched Superman the other day.
Nice.
Original. And then Stand By Me.
Nice.
Cool. And then, because I've only got a couple of VHSs, when I got on my spin bike in the front room, I watched Back to the Future.
No. Any good?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. He was in the country, wasn't he, recently?
Yeah, for the BAFTAs.
Bobby J. Fox. And I actually saw him, before I say this till now, at a garden centre not long ago.
You saw Michael J. Fox?
In the garden centre, yeah, in Oxford Garden Centre. I think it was him. I couldn't quite tell because he had his back to the fuchsias. Now we've started.
I ain't even got any word.
Got you there, didn't I, for a minute? I've been waiting 5 weeks to say that.
Scott, I think we do the next one. Just won't let Rob know.
Yeah.
Back to fuchsias. Future.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
Right, Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, yes. Okay, right. So, why are we doing this one then? Paul, this was your film, wasn't it?
It is my wife's favourite film. Until we met and got together, I'd never seen it before. I've heard of it, never watched it. It's rather a good film, and it's a film, probably one of only 3 films Lisa's actually probably watched more than twice, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Lost Boys, Seven, and Shawshank Redemption. Obviously been watching it this last couple of weeks building up to today, and I liked it before and I just really, really enjoyed it. It's a really good film.
It passed me by in the 80s. Didn't really watch it in my teens or 20s because I wasn't really into vampires. But then I watched it for this, and yeah, loved it. I can see why people love it. It's a cult classic, isn't it?
The music's good as well.
Yeah. You've only just seen it, Scott, haven't you?
First time last night, I was aware of it, but I never watched it back then. Again, completely passed me by. I was into robots and aliens and guns and stuff like that. Vampires was never really my thing, so it just passed me by.
Women I know that are sort of just over 40, amount of people that say it's their favourite film.
Yeah.
Imagine when you're a teenage girl or something. This film had it all, didn't it? It had the sexy vampires. It had the broken family moving to a town. Classic.
BMXs,
comedy. Cool. Everything was cool about it, wasn't it? And what I thought is,
it was very cool. Actually,
it's so 80s. It's like it's not filmed in it. It's like it's filmed now. It's set in the 80s.
This is what I got. I got a very Stranger Things feeling.
Yeah.
That's like they're doing all that nostalgia stuff. It was so 80s that it felt like it was reproduced.
Yeah. So you got video store, you got a comic book, you got mullets, you got theme tunes, you got boys on bikes.
But it's the original, isn't it? It's authentic.
I mean, to be fair, you could probably remake that film today.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And because everything is still there, practically, apart from the head vampire's house, which is no longer there in real life, everything is still there, where it's filmed.
Mm-hmm.
You could remake it. Mullets are back. Bikes have already gone out of fashion.
Yeah.
It's
a cool film, isn't it?
Very cool film. I did enjoy it.
Directed by Joel Schumacher. It was going to be directed by Richard Donner, who did the unit. He went to executive producer.
Right, yeah.
The idea was, it was going to be a bit like the Goonies. So the vampires were going to be younger, the Frog Brothers were going to be younger, they're going to be cubs. And then Joel Schumacher come in and just made it a bit more sexy.
It's the older teens, the older generation.
Yeah, and just sort of, made the ages a bit older. Made a bit more of a love story, I suppose, isn't it?
I almost didn't watch it, to be honest. My daughter would not go to sleep last night. Usually goes to sleep about at 7, which would be perfect time to watch like a 2-hour film. Yeah. 8:30 by the time she actually finally went down.
You're lucky you got it in then.
So I was just like, I've got.
It's not like you haven't had 5 weeks to watch it though.
Yeah, well, I would have forgotten about it. So I like watching a film the night before we do something so it's fresh out.
Yeah.
Mine.
It didn't do that well at the box office. It was like the 38th biggest selling film of the year.
38.
8.5 million. It took 32.
But you get that with some films. I mean, Shawshank is another one. Kind of flopped at the box office. Yeah. Massive in recent years. It does happen.
Superman 4 was only like 3 or 4 positions after this.
That's the one with
Nuclear Man.
Is that the one that was filmed in Mel Kings?
I don't know.
With Dolph Lundgren?
No.
Dolph Lundgren wasn't in the Superman, but Nuclear Man looks like Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, Nuclear Man.
He-Man.
I've watched it and it's horrendous.
It's awful. And that was like the 42nd or 43rd.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so because
this film is like so much better. I mean, so Superman, people must have watched Superman on the name.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You get into these films, they don't do massively well at the cinema, but then they become classics, VHS classics. And of course, you've got you've got some big names in it. Jason Patrick.
Yeah.
Both the Coreys. First time both the Coreys.
I was going to say, the first film they'd done together.
Jason Patrick's dad, I found out, was the priest in The Exorcist.
Right. Did not know that.
Found out the other day. You've got Jamie Gertz, who was Star. She was in Twister. Remember Twister?
We were trying to work
Twister.
out.
No,
Holly and I were just like, oh, we know her from somewhere.
So she was,
Reminded me of quite almost like Terry Hatcher from Superman.
it looks like a completely different person because,
Was she the ex-wife?
Yes.
Right.
yeah. And she sort of joins up with him, doesn't she? And realizes it's not the life for her and can tell her. Yeah. Bill Paxton?
Yeah.
His wife?
Another, again, he's the only guy to be killed by an alien, the Predator, and the Terminator.
Yeah. And survive the Twister.
And Survivor Twister.
And she now owns the Atlantic Hawks basketball team. I think she married a billionaire.
Right. Well, she wouldn't have earned her money from films.
No. Obviously, yeah, Corey Feldman and Jameson Newlander. The only other person I reckon, well, two other people, obviously.
I was going to say there should be two more,
Yeah,
at
of
least.
course. Kiefer Sutherland, of course.
Yeah.
He was David. He went on to, after this, he did Stand By Me just before, didn't he?
I was going to say, they must have been shot in the same year.
Yeah, because he's literally...
Because he's the same person.
Yeah, it's a great 80s band.
Yeah.
And Corey Feldman was in that as well.
Yes.
And of course, who the other one was?
Alex Winters.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know him though. Didn't know who he was.
Well, I didn't know him back then. I mean, you go back from Bill and Ted and you realise he was in it. But
Yeah, that's it. He was Bill, wasn't
You know
he?
his face.
Yeah.
You know his face. You don't know his name so much.
They hardly say anything, do they?
No, there's...
They're just laughing all the time.
Yeah, laughing and
Constantly laughing. What else we got on this before we go through it? Jim Carrey nearly had the part of David.
nah, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
David was...
Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
No, that wouldn't have worked. No.
No, well, you don't know. See, if it had done
You
it.
just don't know.
I don't think
You
I
wouldn't have
can't
known
see it
any
working.
different.
Jim Carrey kind of plays the same person in every
Yeah.
film, and you just think,
Can't imagine him serious. I know
No.
he's done a couple of serious films.
I know he's done a couple, but
Yeah.
you won't be able to, he just do his funny face and stuff he does. I mean, but no, it wouldn't work for me. I don't.
What about Max? He was played by Edward Herman. I think he's passed away. He was 44 in this. He reminds me of, have you seen The Hangover?
Yes.
Doesn't he look like,
Absolutely.
is it Stu?
Yeah, let's say yes. I can't
Yeah.
remember his name. Yeah, it does. Definitely. The dentist.
Yeah, he looks just like him.
Yeah.
Not watched it.
Yeah, he's just like him.
Because in The Hangover, Paul.
Look it up.
I love The Hangover.
You would as well. It's your sort of comedy.
Hangover's brilliant. 2 and 3 you can give.
Yeah,
say.
they're all right.
The first one, again, one of those ones that was put on from a family, and I did not expect to laugh so much. You're surprised of how funny it was.
You'll love it.
I'll even quote some of it because it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mike Tyson's in it.
Yeah.
I've not seen that family that's in that. Right. Anything else we've got on this before we go through it?
No.
Nope. Oh yeah, this is quite. I thought this was funny. So the word Michael is said approximately 118 times in the film. That's an average of every 50 seconds.
Right.
Well, you wouldn't forget your lines, would you?
Because it is said a lot. It's like Michael. Yeah.
Michael.
Rob, just before there's a funny taste with my water.
Oh, is there? That's all right. It should have just been normal water. Definitely not from a church.
There's a hint of garlic.
No, definitely not garlic. It's just normal water. Is it right?
Don't know.
You was right, Scott?
It's spicy.
It's spicy.
Yeah.
We're going to have some spaghetti later, and I'm going to put some cheese on your bolognese.
Oh, nice.
It is definitely cheese.
I like your new aftershave.
Thank you, Nick. It's all right. Yeah, I've just been doing some windows.
Oh, yeah. I just remembered that. Yeah.
Get the joke now.
Windex.
You're both thinking, is he coming on to
I was
Rob?
like, I get it, yeah.
He gets it.
Hey, I only seen it once.
Right. Shall we go through it?
Go for it.
Let's go for
Go
it.
through the Lost Boys. I love the start coming over the sea, Pacific Ocean.
Music as well.
Yeah.
Cry Little
Sister, Joe Abbott's
Just listen to that on the way. It was a great soundtrack, and it's again what's been happening with Kate Bush in Stranger Things lately. It's just very fitting of like the fashion at the moment.
That song really fits the start of that film, doesn't it?
I thought when I was watching it, it looked like one of these very early DJI drones. Someone doing it, like it's all over the
Must
place.
have been done by
It must
helicopter.
have been, yeah. I think
We
it
would
was.
have drones by then, but
Cool start, isn't it? And it goes to the fairgrounds, and there's these 4 guys, which you don't know they're vampires at the time, do you?
Just some 4 scallywags.
Just sticking around on
Yeah.
like, they could be anywhere they want, and they're just hanging around the horses, flicking people on the ear, and trying to pull.
very childish.
Yeah. If I was a vampire, I wouldn't be doing that. I'd be up on the high building.
Well, you got 100 years to you do whatever you want, getting bored, and it's just. I guess you would just be messing around.
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
you? No consequences.
The security guard tells him to go, and he's like running to
Stay off the boardwalk.
when he runs to he's running to the car and he notices there. You don't see him flying, do you?
Well, the technology at the time.
Yeah.
No, you don't. And even when the man and lady are in the car, when you see it pan around and you just see them on the screen, but you know what's there, but you don't ever
What
see
you don't see is scarier than what you do see. Like Jaws, when you sort of you don't know it's coming, but you know it's coming, sort of thing.
Mm.
He's running to the car and he's concerned about his hat coming off, holding his hat. He's running for his life, but I've got to keep my hat on. And then he gets flown. How strong are they to rip that car door?
Wow. Vampires are blessed with supernatural strength.
And then we go to the next scene, which is the family in the car, the broken family moving to a town.
Yep. Everything's packed up,
Yeah.
They go past the sign, Santa Carla,
yes.
and
Filmed at Santa Cruz.
right. And on the back of the sign, murder capital of the world.
Now, Santa Cruz was called the murder capital of the world.
Oh, really?
It had like 28 murders over 30 months from 1970 to 1973.
things they do to promote films nowadays.
There was even a murder. Apparently, I read there was a murder while this film was being made as well.
Right.
Which
28 murders in 30 months.
over 1970 to 1973.
Sorry to sound morbid, but it doesn't sound that bad by today's standards.
Where do you live?
1 a month?
Where are you living?
Well, London's got to be worse than that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, but Santa Cruz isn't that big a place. It doesn't look that big.
No. Cool place to live, isn't it? That's
Santa Cruz.
I don't know.
Would you get bored of the boardwalk though? Would you go there 2 or 3 times? Like, I can't be asked to go there again.
Wow.
Yeah,
Even an arcade there, I wouldn't.
Yeah, true.
But it wouldn't exist these days.
Yeah. Then we see the family, don't we? The mum and the 2 kids and the dog, Nanook.
Nanook.
Real name Cody. His real name's Cody.
It was on the credits. I didn't see that. I can't remember what the other one was called.
Then we get a montage of the song People Strange by Echo and the Bunnymen.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. It's been in my head for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's on something else as well. I can't remember what it was on.
Originally by The Doors.
That would be why The Doors, big poster Doors is in the vampire's lair.
Yeah. And we go to Grandpa's house, because they're moving to Grandpa's house, aren't they? And he's doing his brilliant joke where he's playing dead. Oh, Grandpa's playing dead again. He's like, I haven't I know that.
If he is dead, can we go back home?
Do you reckon he's just waiting for him to come around and go, come quickly lay down?
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it?
Is he sleeping?
How that would work. The dog doesn't seem that fussed at all.
No. That house was a set. The outside was real, but obviously
the outside was still there.
Well, that's a huge house if it wasn't a set.
Yeah. It's a little cool place to live, isn't it? And there's stuffed animals everywhere. It's a bit of a horror scene. There's all something from a horror scene I get, don't they?
All the antlers and skull. Well, no, not really skulls, is it? Just the antlers.
Yeah, it's like taxidermies into it. Yeah. Grandad's like, we got some rules around here. And he's got his second shelf with root beer.
You ever had root beer?
Cookies. No, what is it? What is root beer?
It's a soft drink in America.
Ah, okay. I thought it was a beer.
It is, but it's a beer for kids.
Ah, right.
If you will.
Right, okay.
It's non-alcoholic.
Like butterbeer in...
I guess so.
Harry
Potter. The original butterbeer, yeah.
I used to think I used to watch Harry Potter. What take it?
I've had it when I've been to America. That's it. You could probably find it along with the dandelion and burdocks.
Yeah.
The very small section of the supermarket where you can get the cream soda, which I love, but everybody hates apparently.
Yeah, I've had dandelion and burdock before. Yeah. I haven't heard that for a long time, man. You had that, Paul?
Not for a long time.
No. Then, what I thought was good with Sam and Michael, they really seemed like they're brothers.
Yeah, there was a lot of banter, a lot of kind of
like he's putting his finger in his ear. Get that, and then off me, Grandma. Yeah, like getting him a little headlock in his ear, messing about with him. Just sort of thing that I thought was quite good. Brothers would do.
Yeah,
poking each other, things like that. Grandpa has a TV guide, doesn't he? This is funny.
He likes to read it so that he doesn't have to own a TV.
Yeah, so you have a TV. No, you have a TV guide. Don't need a TV.
Yeah.
Kind of get that.
Yeah, what's going on in EastEnders? Well,
that's it. Phil Mitchell's killed someone again or something.
Shock.
Yeah, love the idea that Santa Cruz or Santa Carla's people watch EastEnders.
They probably didn't do that, yeah.
Oh, Dynasty. What happens in Dynasty?
Yeah, so of course. Yeah.
Dallas.
Dynasty. Yeah, he said his body wasn't around 86, was it?
Yeah, it started in 86.
Was it 86 it started?
It might have been 85.
No, it was just after, surely.
You're listening to
Anyway, this is a different
Three Retro Movie Geeks.
Yeah, where we're talking EastEnders.
Did you know the Alvida same first series, which was 1983,
Ewan, bloody Alfie doesn't
that set then became EastEnders set.
I do now.
It could have been just after, so it might have been 85, 6, something like
Can I let you a little secret?
that. Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Have you watched anything?
Yeah, Back to the Future.
Okay. I saw him in a garden centre recently.
No shit.
Yeah, I think it was him, but yeah, he's Back to the Futures.
Ow, get off me.
Right. Party at the beach with Mr. Saxophone Man.
Yeah, he reminded me, you're probably not into wrestling guys, but a 90s era Shawn Michaels from WWE.
Oh, just what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
The body, the topless, the hair slicked back.
Yeah.
Oddly, you'd expect him with a guitar, but he had
Yeah.
a saxophone.
How cool was he?
Yeah, he was pretty damn cool, actually. He was loving life.
Tim Capello, and the song was Still Believe, wasn't it?
Right.
He actually performed with Tina Turner in the 80s and 90s. Yeah. He was cool. And I think he goes to some of the Lost Boys conventions and things. So,
Quite
you
nice
know,
as well.
You're full of stats.
he is cool, though, isn't he? Oiled up. He's got more oil in him than...
Yeah.
Yeah, don't stand too close to the fire.
Poof. Yeah, exactly. Michael Clock's a woman. She was good looking, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm. He's a bit stalkerish. He just goes after it.
Yeah, he just...
I did that. I was like, turned the whole and go, it's a bit odd.
But she did sort of look at him just to sort of acknowledge him, I think. She kept looking back. If she wouldn't have done that, then... But yeah, he did chase her, didn't he? But then when she did go off with... skipping ahead a bit now, and she gets on another guy's bike. I would have then been, okay, I'll give up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter how much you fancy this girl, you'd be like, oh, she's obviously with these guys.
Yeah. You wouldn't, yeah. Unless he was looking for friends or
Yeah. Mum helps a lost kid and goes into the video
Yeah.
store.
That's probably the first case that says, can you help this boy? He's lost.
Yes.
So it was like, lost boy.
Yes.
I picked up on that. Into the video store, she gets a job.
Yeah, she asked for a job, didn't she?
Yeah.
But you kind of felt, looking back, obviously, the end of obviously watching the rest of the film, you kind of see that video store, to me, felt like it was a place where they entice people to go and find people to become vampires.
Yeah,
and,
could be, couldn't it?
That's the other thing as well. You forgot to mention that whilst that montage was going on, everything seemed happy. People were like having parties, but there was a few shots and cuts to like missing.
Yeah,
But lots of missing.
Yeah.
So you kind of get, something's not quite right here.
Well, no, I can't remember what scene it is when they've got the milk. I think it's
Yeah,
at the beginning,
so the
when
milk-
Grandpa got the milk
yeah,
or whatever,
on the
and
milk
he puts
cart.
it
Yeah.
down and the camera pans in,
Yeah.
listen, boy.
That's when she picks it up from the floor and he drops.
Okay, so I've
yeah,
gone ahead
Yeah,
too
and
far.
it's Laddie, isn't it?
Laddie is on. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's Laddie is on the one that he dropped.
That used to be a thing, isn't it? People go
That is the
missing.
thing.
Milk
Milk
cartons.
carton boy,
Yeah.
milk
All the
carton
time.
child.
Do they still do that?
Ricky
Okay.
Gervais did a
I don't
funny
know.
joke about that. Can you remember it?
No.
I'm not going to tell it 'cause it's a bit
Tell me
out there.
Tell me Monday morning. So what have we got up to? Yeah, so Max, the four guys come in and Max is like, told you not to come in here again.
Yeah. So it looks. Yeah.
It's like he's not involved with them.
That's very clever. That one. Yeah.
Yeah, like troublemakers, just keep away from my store.
As she comes in, I think, with the kid, if you look carefully to the right, there's a video of the Goonies.
Not seen that.
Yeah, if you look very carefully, you have to pause it and you just look to the
Well, it
right,
should be. Yeah.
which
There's
obviously
got to be real
Richard
movies
Donner-
that are in there. I'm like, yeah. Anyway,
So when Corey Feldman goes in there, he's like, oh, this looks like me on here.
I'm on that.
Because Richard Donner, I guess, that's the link with him.
Yes.
He didn't direct this, so I'd say he produced it, but he went to do Lethal Weapon at the same time.
Right.
There's a scene in Lethal Weapon where they're outside in a town and there's a cinema in the background and the film's showing there's Lost Boys.
There we go.
Smart.
There's sort of like link.
Got to have those little Easter eggs.
Yeah,
in
it's cool,
there.
isn't it? I didn't know that until I looked it up, so I might watch that later and see. So your old Sam then goes to meet the Frog Brothers.
Yeah, it's randomly in a comic book store. There appears in the credits that it says that the frog parents are there, but they don't look like they're alive, or they look like they're manic.
Well, I
alive.
think it's stoned.
This is stone, right?
I reckon.
There's a few characters in the film. So there's a lady in the video store
Yeah.
and her name's on the credits at the start of the film.
Right.
But all her speaking parts were cut. She's in it quite a bit.
Okay.
But she never speaks. All her speaking parts were cut.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and there was another cut scene was like Michael gets a job on the beach, clearing up the beach as well.
Right.
So it must have been. I don't know why that lady was cut. There must have been a lot of cuts then.
Oh, I think movies go for that all the time. They film this stuff and realise it's too long. What you got to cut out, stuff that doesn't really impact the overall story arc.
The Frog Brothers.
Are they really? So they are really brothers.
Yeah, I still don't know now. Are they badass vampire slayers, or are they like want to be badass?
Wannabe, yeah.
I think they're wannabes.
Well, then they did,
They did actually do it. So they're kind of badass, but they're also very amateurish. And what's with Corey Feldman's voice?
Yeah.
Everything is speaking like this.
Yes, come on, buddy. Yeah. It's even stranger.
It might save your life one day. So
Well, that's
it's got
why-
to be a spoof.
That's why I think they want to do it wannabes, because they're kind of like, when we were kids and that, you'd be playing and you want to be so you put on a,
Yeah.
hey,
So capable wannabes. Because they are capable.
If you're playing army when you're younger, come on, let's
That's
go
it.
get the...
They're basically
Yeah.
playing army.
You never
but
used
they're
to-
actually
let's go get them. Well, he was
achieving it.
He was told to watch the Rambo films,
Well, I saw the Rambo link.
so I
he has
guess
the red thing around his neck.
maybe he tried to impersonate Rambo a bit.
He was probably told to impersonate Rambo a little bit.
Rambo come out a few years before this, and so that I think.
well, he was in Gremlins,
Yeah.
and Gizmo put the thing
put
as
the thing
well,
around as well.
Gremlins,
Yeah.
and Rambo link.
Yeah. Sam's getting annoyed that he can't put the Superman 77s of the 2000s, wasn't he? So he's obviously a
nerd.
knows his stuff. When do we go to? Oh, there's a weird scene about the car roof gets ripped off.
That's the woman at the beginning who they
Yes.
tried to get, and then
that's it.
the boyfriend stuck up
She's
for him.
reading the magazine. She is cracking up way too much for that magazine. She's really the boyfriend's trying to get him with her, and she's pissing herself at this magazine.
I remember what it was that she was reading. as well.
Okay, I've
Oh,
never
it's
read a magazine and laughed that much. Have you?
Not give up nookie time.
No, good point. I don't know where to go from there, Scott.
Yeah, swing and a miss.
Swinging.
Next, Sam visits the store again, doesn't he? And then this is when Edgar, he says, we're dedicated to a higher purpose. We're fighting for the truth, justice, and the American way.
I thought Corey Feldman just come in then.
I could have done a cameo pretending I was in at the start, couldn't I?
So they sussed it out, and they've sussed it out. They're trying to kind of spread the word against.
Yeah, trying to hint it up.
Yeah.
If you noticed.
But they're not helping very many people,
No.
because it sounds in the rest of the film, it's like the first time they've ever done it.
Yeah. They hand him another magazine this time. They showed him one originally, didn't they? And then they gave him another
There's
one.
it was vampires.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Destroyer vampires.
Destroyer vampires, and
We go back to the boardwalk at night. Michael buys his dodgy jacket.
Oh yes.
Song players, Good Times is played by Jimmy Barnes. I think that's in excess as well.
So driving here, listening to the soundtrack, and quite a few songs are in excess and Jimmy Barnes.
Because Kiefer Sutherland wasn't keen on doing this film until he found out that In Excess were involved in it. And I guess he was a massive fan.
There you go.
And he thought, if they'd been involved, because they were huge on it at the time.
Yeah, Michael Hutchins.
So if it's like, I don't know, a big band now, if you heard a big singer's going to be involved in the song, you'd go through, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Michael meets Star. Oh, it's how she says her name. Is it, what's your name or something? She goes, Star.
Didn't he say it's like, oh, your parents were hippies too? And she's like, what? So I was
Yes.
going to be called Rainbow Dust. or
No,
something.
do you know what it's going to be called?
What?
You're right. Michael said your parents were ex-hippies too. I came close to being called Moonbeam
Moonbeam.
or Moonchild.
Moonchild.
What film did we do last?
Wow, let's see if Paul gets that. Moonchild is from...
Never ending story.
Hey!
And what's
What are the odds?
So this must have been a real...
I can tell you something now. It wasn't in the attic scene.
No. This must have been then... So Moonchild must have been a big hippie name, maybe.
Mm.
You were born in the 80s, weren't you?
Yeah. But it's the pair...
You weren't called Moon.
No, I'm definitely not called Moon. I could do a Mooney.
Don't know where to go from that one, Rob.
You don't...
Thank God this is a podcast and not a
Don't see Moonies.
Moonies were bigger in the 90s, weren't they?
Yeah.
No
What's in these
no,
days?
There's Moonies now.
Maybe they get cancelled.
any sort of football match or just
All the
something.
time, people were, "Way!"
Yeah.
I've got a good story about doing a Mooney, but I'll say that for another day.
Okay.
It involved police officers
All right. Okay. Oh,
and a lot of alcohol.
Worry about. Yeah, exactly. Because you used to go out on the lash on the 90s and I'm waiting for the bus, or bus goes past, Mooney. Why don't people do it anymore?
Oh, I don't know.
You can get arrested for it. Indecent exposure.
Just for the crack.
Probably could.
Oh, Jesus,
Yeah.
Rob.
Oh, yeah, Rob.
Yeah, true. Yeah, okay. Should we do one after? Let's do one after this.
What?
We'll put it on Instagram.
up against your patio doors.
Yeah.
Hey!
Okay, straight on.
Anyway, Lost Boys this week. What do you think?
Yeah,
Lost Boys.
Where are we up to now? We said about Moonchild. Okay, yeah. Star goes with David.
Whee!
Michael follows her, sorry. This was a bit odd. And then they get on the old bikes. Scramblers, another cool thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that is cool for the 80s.
Well, again, that was a thing in the Karate Kid, wasn't it? Motorbikes,
Dirt
stuff.
bikes, BMXs and dirt bikes.
So this is similar, isn't it? That was that a broken family move into a town, and then
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Daniel
then-
LaRusso.
and then he got in with someone's girlfriend.
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Similar sort of thing as
This Karate
I know
Kid with...
David wasn't with Star, but
Yeah.
they're on their bikes, and Lost in the Shadows is played by Lou Graham, who was a singer of Foreigner.
Hmm.
Oh, I know.
Learn so much. Listen to our podcast.
I know, and they have their racing their bikes.
And you almost tricks him to going off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, no, they're just trying to kill him, do you reckon?
I think they're just ragging with him, yeah.
Yeah. Did they want him to join their gang?
Yeah.
Or did
I get that
does he
impression,
fancy
yeah.
him? Is he?
In fact,
There's nothing-
He just wants to I think that this recruiting, there's constant...
They're out recruiting, aren't they?
Yeah,
'Cause that's
okay.
what the head vampires.
Michael's pretty stupid here. He follows them all the way into his lair, and they're like, drink this. And he's
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah, he does everything, doesn't he?
This is like, whoa.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in that? No, I'll drink it.
Yeah. Get some
And then-
Chinese.
Yeah.
Do you like Chinese? A billion people can't be wrong.
Yeah.
Maggots.
Maggots. Like using a Jedi trick, innit? So can vampires do these tricks? Make you see?
Yeah. I guess they can.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of thought he was perhaps hallucinating from the drink
Yeah,
during the
drink
transitional
after.
stage.
No, because the drink was after,
The
wasn't
drink
it?
was the last,
It was the rice, then the noodles.
so which was maggots and worms.
Yeah. And then I guess he thought, and then when he said it's blood, perhaps he thought, oh yeah, he's tricking me again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he drank the blood. Quickly goes back to the scene where Sam's in bed reading his comic book, and Grandpa brings him a stuffed beaver. Have you ever stuffed a beaver, you two?
Not in... No. Let's
Have
say
you
no.
stuffed a beaver this weekend?
No.
Definitely not?
No.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if you... I'm just asking.
Yeah.
No stuffing beavers.
Moving along.
Okay.
Family show.
He puts the stuffed beaver right next to him. Then he puts it straight in the cupboard. Well, why does he... The kids don't want that anyway, do they?
Yeah. Well, he's out. He's not going to sell them. He's just doing them. He's proud of them. He's going to
Yeah.
get into his...
He's proud of his...
Charity.
He's proud that he's stuffed his beaver, yeah. Well...
You're awful. Terrible, Miriam.
Yep, so they go back to cuts back to the cave. It's a cool cave, isn't it? A cool hideout.
It was a hotel that
That's
fell into an earthquake.
Yeah.
So now it's theirs.
And that was a set. It did the perfect vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it?
If you're immortal,
Yeah.
why not?
Michael drinks the blood. Cry Little Sisters played again. Thou shalt not fall.
Brilliant.
Played a lot in it, but
Yeah.
it does match the scene.
It does, yeah.
Not like Transformers.
He's starting to feel a bit weird, arriving back, staying out all night, arriving back, having to put shades on at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's no different to teenagers nowadays. I mean,
Well, they were vampires then.
Yeah. Perhaps they
they're
are.
all night.
We've got the famous bridge scene. Would you like all the pic?
I finally got this picture, so I didn't understand it. That's pretty cool. Can you imagine trying to do that? You ever tried to hang from a chin-up bar for like 30 seconds to a minute?
I could probably do about 5 seconds.
I can do 1 minute max,
Yeah.
but not with a train going over the top of me.
You've not tried that?
Not with a
Nick,
train.
I'd
I'd question whether the pull-up bar could actually hold me for more than 5 seconds. Who's going to win?
Trying to come down on top of you. It's just peer pressure, isn't it? It's
Absolutely.
just telling him to do stuff.
Again, Michael's stupid.
Yeah.
He deserves to be turned to a vampire because he just follows
Yeah.
blindly without even thinking.
It was a real bridge, and it is still there now.
It's still there. Yeah, I've seen
It's not as high.
not in real life. But.
It's only like a few foot above. Is it a river that goes underneath or something?
Yeah, no, there's no river. Well, maybe for the storm. There's a good YouTube video I saw recently. I think it's chap 80's Life.
Right.
And they go to some of the filming locations from the Lost Boys, and he's got Alex Winters with him, and he's going through it, and they talk quite in depth from the scenes.
Nice.
Of doing it.
Yeah.
It's a good, I'm sure it's 80's Life. It's on YouTube, and it is a really good vlog he's done on it. He's done a couple on Lost Boys.
You go and visit that bridge. When they zoom out, though, that was a set, apparently. The bridge is like, but when they do the zooming out bit, that was a set, and then when they drop, that was.
I imagine so. Then you set up all the safety gear and stuff like that.
Wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was a set when they drop.
When they zoomed out, it was.
Oh, when they zoomed out. When they dropped, because I seem to recall from the vlog, it was on boxes and stuff, so they did actually drop, but the drop wasn't that much. They flopped it. And
it's only like 3 foot high or something from the bottom. It was clever. Clever they done it. Michael Emerson, come on down. I'm trying to think, Michael Emerson, I've heard that name before. It's an actor. You ever seen Lost?
Nope.
Saw the first couple of episodes.
I got lost.
There's a guy in Lost. I can't remember what his name is. It might have been Ben, and I think the actor's name is Michael Emerson. Pointless fact there for you. Pointless fact.
Thank you.
And he falls, doesn't he?
Yeah, again, stupid, because that could have been...
He hears him laughing down the bottom. So but still.
He tries to climb back up, but he falls. Because he's not... If your friend jumps off a bridge, would you? He literally did.
Then he falls. I don't know if this is the next day or it's just to show that this has been happening a lot. And he lands in his bed, obviously. Yeah, it's just to make out this has been going on quite a bit. And then Grandpa goes out on the pool with the Widow Johnson.
Yes. So that reminds you. Ant-Man as well. They've got that horn in Ant-Man.
Right. Like is it the...
Yeah, that's exactly it.
The name's called. He takes his stuffed animal with him, because obviously that's just what she wants. Not the stuffed beaver this time. One of the famous scenes, Sam in the bath. This was cool.
Oh, yeah. And the dog defending. That was pretty cool, actually.
In there saying, hey, got me.
I actually thought the dog was dead. Like when he attacked the vampire,
right.
I thought Mike was like...
Yeah, when he got his hand covered in blood, you thought he was...
I thought he'd had to have fed to satiate his hunger. And I thought he's not going to daunt his brother. That would be a terrible film.
Yeah.
I thought he'd have to take the dog.
But he was going up to kill him, though, wasn't he?
He was. The dog saved him.
Yeah.
But he's not going to actually do this. They wouldn't do this.
Good job that dog was in the film, because if Sam would have been dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Later on he goes in the house out with the vampire.
It made no film. You know?
This dog done well. Big up the Nick. Yeah, and then he notices his reflection, doesn't he? It's not
it's half fading. So that's where you find out he's a half vampire.
That's it.
And you don't fully turn until you've made your first kill.
First kill, yeah.
Which I've never heard that rule before.
No.
He gets it straight, don't he? You're one of them.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
Great line. He says that my own brother, goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Wait till Mum finds out. It's just a typical thing to say. I'm going to tell Mum that you're a vampire.
Yeah, what's she going to do? Well, probably not a lot, but...
That character, she was a bit...
ditzy.
Yeah, she was, wasn't she?
Well, plays a similar sort of character in a lot of the films, doesn't she?
She won an Oscar.
So what? I recognise her, but what's she been in?
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands, yeah.
Parenthood.
She did win an Oscar for a film. She reminds me of... You know, in Dawson's Creek, there's two women, not the brunette one, but the other one. She reminds me of her. She later went to be in Great Showman.
Yeah, I know you
Looks
mean.
like
yes.
Heath Ledger's.
Michelle Williams, is it? Or something like that?
Yes, I know what you mean.
She looks just like her.
Yeah.
When they both had the shortest hair. I thought, is that her? And of course it's not, because he's 87. You should have only been about 7, probably.
I think she's like 70 or something nowadays.
Yeah, she's...
Speaking of people who look like people, Michael really reminded me, I'm sure they did this on purpose, of Stranger Things. Is it Eddie?
The guitar guy, he dies.
No, not Eddie Muntz. So the one who's very much in series 2, who remember his name.
Not Steve Harrington.
Not Steve Harrington. The other one with the long curly hair and the Mustang who gets taken by
Oh, Billy.
Billy. Sorry, Billy, retro movie geek. And I can't
Yeah.
remember. He reminds me very much like Billy. They must have been going for that
It's
look.
that sort of character, isn't it?
But just the one he's got his sunglasses on. You've got a t-shirt on there.
Yeah.
It looks like the actor
Yeah,
who
it
plays
does.
Billy. So that was, again, all those things. You feel like you're watching the original source of what something that I liked, i.e. Stranger Things, has come into.
He is cool as well. Billy was cool, wasn't he?
Billy was cool. Michael was pretty cool too.
Well, yeah, I think he was cool. Yeah. Everything about him was cool. He had the hair and he had the looks. But Sam calls the Frog Brothers because he realises his brother's a vampire.
Yeah, let's say kill him.
Get yourself a good sharp steak. Drive it right through his heart.
I ain't doing that. He's my brother. I'll do it then.
Yeah, of course. And you're not going to because he's his brother. This is like when he's floating outside and Michael's saying, let me in. It's like, you don't want it because he's a vampire, but at the same time, it's his brother.
Yeah.
So if it was just a stranger,
it's
you
an
wouldn't.
interesting situation
Yeah.
to be in.
No, would you let your brother, sister, or whatever in if they're a vampire? You probably would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. You would.
Yeah. Because he's floating. He wakes up, he's just floating. I didn't quite get why he's floating.
Well, he's discovering his powers.
That he can fly.
Yeah. He wakes up and throws a question against the ceiling.
Yeah.
Clever stuff.
Yeah. So he does save him. He brings him back in, and Mum comes home. She's a bit pissed, isn't she? Because he phoned her.
And
Well, she's on the date.
he has to stand up a day.
He keeps trying to get. Yeah, his dates keep not happening, do they? Keep going for meals. They should just cut out the meal and just go.
Well, she just ran off, didn't she? He was on the phone and stuff, and
Yeah,
he still turns around and sees her driving off at speed. And
because at this point we still don't know Max is the.
No, Max gets visited.
Yeah, this is just now, and it's like.
Is after this.
Yeah, and it's like.
So you start to think, oh, maybe they've got to him.
Yeah.
So you think he's been turned.
Well, I just still.
And you still think David's the head vampire, don't you?
Yeah. Because he hears motorbikes and then a kite falls down weirdly. Like
Yeah.
Black bat kite.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But it's like he's frightened. So it's making me think he's definitely not a head vampire because he's frightened.
That's what they want.
So it's very
but then the
clever.
dog goes for the mum, doesn't
Yeah.
she? She goes
Hounds
to
of
see
Hell. He's reading the comic about the Hounds of Hell. So at this point, I didn't think he was a head vampire. I thought he had been turned.
Yeah.
And then the Frog Brothers and the little boy just say, he comes up with the theory that Max is
They think him, don't they?
yeah. And then they try all those tests when he comes around for dinner
Yeah.
the next day and he passes them. Why does he pass them?
Yeah. Is that, that's coming up, I think.
Yeah. So
We got, so
the next day, instead of going out for a meal, she invites him round for a meal.
yes. Yeah, you're right.
And Max
Just-
shows up.
Bit before, Michael goes and says star and they
Oh, yeah.
stuff a beaver. I say that?
God's
Oh,
sake, bro.
Jesus, family.
They bump uglies.
Yes, Lucy goes apologises that you get Sam visits the Frog Brothers again, and this is when they say, they know that you've got to get the head vampire. Yeah, that's it.
And they think it's Max.
They think
set
it's
up a
Max.
trap.
This is it, and then he comes for dinner. Yeah, of course.
Michael
You-
invites him in.
Yeah, invites.
You're the man.
Well, I see, because you can't invite a vampire can't go in unless he's invited. And it's kind of, he does get invited, doesn't he? But you think it's like a bit of banter.
Bit weird. 'Cause that's what happened at the start of this podcast with you two. Anyway, yeah, figure that. Yes, I didn't know this rule, but yeah,
I didn't know they invited in rule.
no, I never knew.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't know the rule where later on.
So
you
when he
find out.
said, you can invite me and you're the man of the
You
house,
didn't twig it.
no,
I did. You see,
because he says that's it. Yeah.
Holly actually thought and still thinks that the grandpa's a vampire because he was wearing.
Yes, there's
Sunglasses.
something odd about him, is it? But then he went out in the daylight.
Yeah, and I always thought that the root beer that he was drinking, because his
Yes.
kept secret, was actually blood.
That's it. And he's got when he's fixing the fence at the end, he's got the stake up the other way.
Yeah.
And I think why is he doing that to kill him? Also, Grandpa. Obviously, the end. Well, comes that bit at the end. I mean, but yeah, it's something odd about him, isn't it?
Dirty old man.
And then they come in and have dinner, don't they? But the Frog Brothers are there as well. So if my mates come, he's about to have a date with.
Yeah, sure. There's more than
video
that.
still
How
up.
have you made enough food for all those kids?
Yeah.
when you're on your thought anyway.
Yeah,
Bit convenient plot armor.
yeah. And they try to see if he's a vampire. They do the first of all, the garlic on the bolognese.
Yes, then they
Instead
spilled
of parmesan.
water on him.
But water, that was just normal water. That wasn't holy water.
Unless we missed or a scene was cut, I thought it was just normal water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then they tried the reflection, turn out the lights, and then clever.
So obviously
Funny.
he's not. He's obviously not, is he? That's what I thought. Okay, I
thought too. Yeah,
but I didn't realise if you are invited in, then all those rules.
yeah, you're powerless against them. I didn't know that rule.
No, I didn't know that. Then we get probably the gruesome scene. When the next scene is when they go to the beach. David,
This was pretty cool. I like this.
and Michael.
Yeah.
Initiation is over, Michael. It's time to join the club.
Yeah,
And it's the surf Nazis on the beach.
right.
I looked up surf Nazis. Nothing to do with the Nazis. It just means like a beach surfer bum dude that sort of just hangs around causing a bit of trouble. Listening to Walk This Way, wasn't it?
Walk This Way, Run DMC.
Yeah. And he just rips that.
Yeah, so this is what is so funny about this film. Like, it's a comedy,
Yeah.
and there's kind of scarier bits, but it doesn't feel like a proper horror. And then all of a sudden they'll do that bit. It's like, oh, whoa!
Yeah.
Did I just see him rip his?
Yeah. Strip of his.
Yeah, it was so short and quick.
Yeah, it was.
It was just like, oh man, whoa!
yeah.
That's a bit. So it is a bit gory, but it's not too gory.
No.
It's like in the back. It's very, very bizarre.
Might have been a quick scene to keep the certification lower.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause if it's too gory, it would
Yeah.
have been 18.
Chuck
And
them on the fire, aren't they? Yeah. You'll never grow up, Michael. You'll never die, but you must feed. This is the first time we see them as vampires, isn't it?
Yeah.
They are vampires. This is it now. But Michael's a little bit horrified. I thought he didn't really.
Oh yeah, he realizes.
Yeah. Yeah.
How he didn't realize beforehand though.
No. True.
his brother told him he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows, didn't he? He knows.
Denial.
He's reading the comics. Talking to brother, Sam then gets the Frog Brothers round and they go vampire hunting.
Yeah, and again, this is another cool scene. Do they go to their lair?
This is when they go to the lair, yeah, and
They climb up and
they go in there really making a lot of noise.
yeah,
Where are they? They're like shouting around in this cave, like
lights flying around.
This is what makes you think they're amateurs because they're just sort of like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, could they be any louder? Basically, there's a scene with flies. It's only like a split second.
Oh yeah,
They're going through. There's flies everywhere. So I read that they got like a fly wrangler in, I think it's called, and they let loads of flies go in there for that one scene. Of course, flies were there all the time then, and it was really getting on everyone's nerves.
right.
And like Joel Schumacher said that they didn't have to do that. They could have just done fly noises and then just waved their hands in front of their face.
Absolutely. You're not going to see.
I didn't see any flies.
Silly.
That's supposed to how films were back then.
I suppose the acting side thing is more authentic.
Yeah, they're actually
Yeah,
flies.
they can't see it, but yeah, could have
Yeah.
just done it the other way. If they're good actors, they wouldn't need.
No. True. And they finally see him hanging, don't they? Which is weird.
They're looking for the coffin.
Yeah,
This whole place is one big coffin.
that's it. Yeah. And he goes up. They want to kill the head one, like, but it isn't obvious that David's the head one. Although
Well,
it's
not to them. They've never seen them before.
Okay, they go for the lip.
It's obvious to us.
Yeah,
I thought David was the head one.
yeah.
So they just go for the little. The little one's clearly not going to be the leader.
No,
is it? You're
no.
absolutely right there.
and you're only going to kill. They should have done one should have done one should have done the other. Same time. As soon as you kill one, they're
going to wake up.
It's going to wake the others up. They didn't think about it, did they?
No.
Frog
Dumbasses.
Brothers. Yeah,
Amateurs.
bloody Frog Brothers. You're dead meat. Wakes up. Chase him with sunlight's burning his hand.
Yeah,
Right,
that was pretty
okay,
cool.
That's
pretty
clever.
cool. Yeah.
And then you see, his face is full on vampire. Then. And they then go back to the house, and so David can't come and chase him because it's sunlight, so he's waiting.
Yeah, they're waiting until Sunday. So they've got this. We've got like 3 hours until they're coming.
Yeah.
Basically. So they board up the house.
Yeah.
Do a Home Alone kind of thing.
They come back here. Grandpa's like, Michael, you know the rule about filling up the car with gas when you take it out?
Haven't they got a body or something?
Is it? And don't forget, unconscious women go in the basement.
Yeah.
That's what I should have said next. Don't take them upstairs. You know the rules. Michael. Carrying Star upstairs because she was, what was she unconscious? She just, She wasn't turned.
So Michael brought her out of. Yeah, I think they're just the fact is that they're
getting weak.
weak because they need to feed.
Right. Okay. So if they don't feed, they die.
If they don't feed, they eventually, I guess, do die, and once they take that first kill, they become full vampires, so they're resisting against.
Right. Yeah, and then they go.
I don't know,
Fogboy was going for
because
that level.
Laddie turns, doesn't he?
Well, he does at the end, doesn't he? But has he fed properly?
But then he turns back, so he must have been half. I don't understand the rules.
No, I don't understand the rules.
When they go off and go and get the holy water and stuff.
Yeah, that was funny.
So-
In the middle of a wedding. Yeah.
Minus filling up a flask.
Kristen, yeah.
So a lot of that was filmed on the Warner Brothers backlot.
Right.
Now, there's one scene when they come around the corner, because I think the church where they go in was in Friends. Well,
Right.
that area was in a couple of Friends. I think it was Phoebe's dad's house. Well, but as they come around the corner, there's a picture of a house, no, it's not a picture, there's a house there. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but when I saw it, I thought it was Mrs. Deagle's house from Gremlins.
Okay.
When she comes up and goes flying out the...
Gremlins?
That's filmed on the same lot.
Yeah.
It was Gremlins Warner Brothers.
Don't know.
Gremlins was the same set as Back to the Future, we said, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that's
But it looks... But I know it's filmed down when she comes flying out of the chair thing. But I need to look at that. I might be talking crap, but...
at least looks like it and it reminds you of it.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? Could be. Yeah, I feel like water pistols.
Yeah.
Go back to the house, get ready.
Garlic in holy water bath. I mean, how much more vampire hunter can you get?
Blood.
Steaks being sharp.
Yeah, that's it. Smashing the gully, so yeah.
And then they forget about...
But they fill up the bath. Like, that isn't all holy water, is it? It's mixed. So how... I'll be worried, like, it's just too diluted.
That's a good point. Or if you add holy water to normal water, does the whole of the water then become blessed with the same?
Yeah, true. And it's doubled it.
Mm.
I have to ask the vicar later. You going to church tomorrow?
And I'm not allowed in church.
Oh, okay, Paul, you going to church tomorrow?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday, okay. You go to ask the vicar, if you put holy water in a bath full of water, does it get weaker or stay the same? Okay. Yeah, tense moment. They leave Nennick outside.
Yeah.
Oh, dog.
Stupid. Just forget about the dog.
Yeah.
Honestly.
They run out to get him. This is quite good because obviously they're acting. There's nothing there at all. Must be a helicopter coming out.
Helicopter or something on a rail or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, two of them fall over.
Yeah, someone always
It's got to be in the 80s,
Yeah.
fall over. Oh my God.
You're being chased.
Yeah.
Just add to it. Yeah, that's cool. So we're near the end now. And yes, they're ready to fight them and they turn up, don't they?
Yeah.
David and the other two.
Three of them now.
Dead.
Three of them by now. One's dead. That was a pretty gruesome. That first death was pretty gruesome. Like loads of treacly gore just came flying out. Yeah, glittery.
Blood. Glittery blood in Twilight as well.
I don't. Do you know what? I've not watched a Twilight film. No.
Yeah, I don't want to.
No.
Too lovey-dovey.
No. Holly loves them, but not for me.
Yeah. Women seem to like the Twilights.
Yeah.
Don't they? I watched
Women
them.
like vampires. But
Yeah.
Vampire Slayer, Spike, Angel.
Vampires.
I think those kind of spawned probably out of this as well. Lost Boys probably.
The phrase "vamp out" come from this film, and they use that in Buffy.
Right, there you go.
Because Buffy was sexy, wasn't it?
What a great crossover. Buffy in the Lost Boys universe.
Yeah.
Blade.
Yeah.
Blade takes on the Lost Boys universe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh.
Yeah, because vampires were sexy, whereas I think Joel Schumacher said that Frankenstein isn't.
Yeah, for sure.
They sort of changed the vampire genre, didn't they? You know, they were cool in this film.
They were cool.
Rebellious, cool. They wore cool clothes, cool hair, earrings.
Yeah.
So they
final fight.
They bust into the house and one comes flying through the fireplace.
Well, they put the fireplace on, didn't they? I think to stop anyone coming through, but it just comes.
And stopping the vampires. First green screen shot was when the first fight, I think, with Sam or something, and they sort of go up.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's only two green screen shots. That was that one, and the one later on with David and Michael fighting.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad green screen effect. However, it was the 80s.
That's why not seeing them fly was better because because in, like, for example, in Twilight, there's a scene where they run up the trees and it does look shit. And that was in 20 whatever, whenever this film comes out. So not seeing it.
It kind of adds to the suspense and having to use your imagination. If they don't show the vampires flying and stuff, you kind of, you know what's happening, but you're thinking what's happening.
Yeah.
So, pretty gruesome death here. The first one, throw him into the bath. It's
Bath's
like,
the first
garlic doesn't work, I think they say.
Yeah. Try holy water.
Yeah. And then the dog pushes him.
Yeah, again, see, this dog is...
But
Well, he sprayed a bit, doesn't he? He's like, and then he goes after him. Then the dog comes in again
comes-
to
yeah.
save him by pushing him
I like
in.
they foreshadowed as well. It's like every vampire death is different. Some kind of implode, some explode, some shrivel, some kind of burst into flames.
Some mess up the plumbing in the house.
Yeah. It wasn't really explained why that would happen then either, but it's just everything's overflowing. The kitchen's overflowing.
Why? But if they're in the bath and the plug's in...
Yeah. It's
They didn't take the plug out and all the stuff went through in the toilet. So why would the toilet blow up in another room?
Vampire magic.
Vampire magic, of course. I'm thinking...
But I just like, that's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
That reminded me of the end of Gremlins, which I used to really hate, with like Stripe melting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, oh God. But the next death,
Death by stereo.
I fucking loved. I'm sorry, excuse me. I absolutely loved it. I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then when his head blew up, I burst out laughing. In fact, again, reminded me of that Gremlins over the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it? So he tried to shoot him with an arrow. He said he missed, and he was like, only once.
Yeah.
You missed.
Come on, he doesn't. He just went into the... He didn't just hit the stereo, did he? Did he go in...
He got...
then death.
So he tries to get him a bow and arrow. He misses, but you think he's been got.
Yeah.
He gets up and goes, you missed. And he goes, only once. Does it again. Straight through into the stereo. And then again, death by stereo. Got to get a corny line in there.
Yeah, it's like an Arnie line, isn't it?
It is like an Arnie line.
So we've only got one left
by
now.
Stereo. Yes.
Who's the head vampire?
Oh, so we think, this is it, the final fight.
He's got to be Kiefer.
And it's Michael versus David.
Yep.
Pushing each other back onto horns.
But whenever David's in a corner of it, spotlight's on his face, which is quite, I thought the lights just shine straight into his face. And they have a fight. And he's beating Michael, isn't he? But Michael does he ever...
He grabbed off and then there's a line of what gives him the strength to push him back. Yeah, I cannot for the life of me remember that was.
You remember, Paul?
No.
Oh, everyone's going to be kicking the stereo now.
But he goes into...
Yeah.
He double antlers. That's it, he dies. Well, he doesn't die because he works in CTU 10 years later, however.
CTU, man. I've only watched the first season.
Damn it, Chloe.
That.
24.
Yeah. I only watched the first season, didn't really like it to watch another one.
I like 24. So it's real.
But I know him from Young Guns.
Right.
He plays Doc Holliday. Young Guns 2, at least. Maybe it's Young Guns 1 as well.
Your Kiefer Sutherland's Young Guns, is it?
Yeah, that's my Kiefer Sutherland.
Mine's 24. Would yours be David?
Yeah, I think it would be.
Yeah. Mine's 24.
No.
So he's dead. So Michael should be changing back, shouldn't he?
But he's not.
He's not. He's not changing.
They haven't got the head vampire.
Is it Grandpa, as I thought?
Well, I was actually, at this point, because Holly had called it earlier, and I was like, I think she's fucking right here.
Yeah, Grandpa is the head vampire. Because he does act a bit weird. He hides when someone comes in and all that. But then he was out in the daylight, see? Max was never out in the daylight, was he?
No, he wasn't.
You come to realise.
Which, again, you don't spot, do you? You do not spot that.
Yeah. So Max comes in with, what's the mum called? Lucy.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, comes in with Lucy. And then reveals that he wants to become a vampire. And like
it was the perfect thing.
The blood-sucking Brady Bunch. Yeah. Edgar says, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's about to bite a neck. So does biting a neck turn you into a vampire? Because that's what I thought happens.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it does. His blood going into hers.
Yes.
He's about to bite it.
But again,
exactly.
It's probably still not... It's probably the same rules apply. You're half until you fully turn when you do you make your first kill.
That's it.
Because Michael had David's blood because I think he drank David's blood, which is gross.
And then, but luckily we hear...
Oh, yeah. What a brilliant deck.
His car's massive. How big's his car? It's like...
What is his car?
It's like the Jeep out of Crocodile Dundee.
It's like that.
Never Safaris.
Beverly Hillbilly.
It's like one you'll see going around like a local football park who does all the kind of gardening maintenance. Or it looks like a golf buggy.
Yeah.
The big golf buggy.
Yeah.
But he reverses in proper Deus Ex Machina. You do not expect this coming. This sort of like just the savior of the day.
Yeah,
no reason why he's there or knows to reverse through a wall.
Yeah, it's completely random, isn't
and
it?
why he decides to break his house.
Soot everywhere.
Yeah.
Fire.
And he doesn't come out with a big line, well, not until right at the end.
Yeah.
But the stakes goes straight through him.
Yeah.
And he goes into a fireplace and explodes.
Yeah, and then so Max is, and then they come, and then Michael and Star, and Laddie.
And Laddie. We missed Laddie's turn, actually. He burst through the bed.
He didn't he?
Yeah. Why he turned
It's the attack of Eddie Munster.
Yeah.
Their grandpa says,
It's something like,
Paul, what's his famous line at the end?
Can't remember.
The one thing about living in Santa Carla, I could never quite stomach all the damn vampires.
so he knew about the vampires all this time.
And it ends.
Yeah.
So he knew about the vampires all the time.
And he brought his daughter there.
He's letting his grandkids, you going out tonight? Yeah, I'm going out tonight.
Beware of the vampires.
Yeah.
No, that's what it would have taken.
Like, look both ways when you cross the road and watch out for the frigging
Holly
vampires.
still thinks he's a vampire.
Yeah,
He has been out. There is that.
Yeah, there's rumours.
I
I
should
think
be well chuffed at that.
I don't know what happens in the two sequels because there were.
Oh, that's two sequels.
There were two sequels. They went straight to VHN.
That phrase, straight to VHN.
Lost Boys: The Tribe came out in 2008.
Oh, wow. So that far.
It starred the Frog Brothers and
So Corey Feldman was in it.
Corey Feldman, Jameson Newlander, and Corey Haim was in it.
Excellent.
Kiefer Sutherland's brother was in it. And then the third film was called Lost Boys: The Thirst. THIRST. This was 2010, and it had the Frog Brothers only in it from the original. I think sadly Corey Haim passed away that year.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So Grandpa wouldn't have been alive, though.
Grandpa wouldn't have been in, no.
So
But there is talk. There's talk about because all these things about Grandpa, like you said about the fridge.
He went out at night to get lucky.
Yeah.
He bridged. Fixed the bottom of his, which looked red at the end.
Stakes and the. He was doing fence posts, but he was doing stakes outwards. But then that doesn't really make sense because that's trying to kill vampires. He wanted to do the other way. But that was your film, Paul. That was your choice.
It's a very good film.
I'm glad I watched something that I've never seen before, ticked off the list.
Yeah.
I got the 80s poster as well, so that's I'm working through that. But
good choice, good film.
Yeah, very good film. I'm sad that I don't have the nostalgia from watching it when I was younger.
Same as me. Yeah.
So I felt like I'm missing out on something there because it just felt like an old film. But films that you love from the 80s, you kind of forgive that because you loved it so much when I was a kid. So I'm sad about that. But it was very cool. I liked it. Very cool film.
I mean, to me, it was a totally different film. I've not seen anything like that before,
Whereas the first vampire film that was cool vampires, wasn't it? Rather than the Dracula with his high.
Yeah, Nosferatu, Dracula, and all that stuff. Yeah. You get lots of them with. I can't remember the name of the guy, but the Hammer horror type vampires. Interview the Vampire followed and other films, but
okay. Was there a computer game, Scott?
No, there's been some hacks of people have made some for like the Nintendo, original Nintendo, but not that I could find. Do feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
No. You ever got Lost Boys?
I'm not aware of it.
Paul, the video game? No. Could have worked, couldn't it? Vampires, vampires shooting vampires.
Any vampire. The only vampire kind of mechanic I know in any game was either Oblivion or Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls, where you could actually, it's probably Skyrim, you choose to be either a werewolf or a vampire.
Right.
And if you're a vampire, you couldn't go out in the day, you'd die, your house would burn. You'd have to creep around and break into people's houses at night and basically, suck their blood.
Sure.
And that was that. I chose the werewolf though, because you could just go on, when it was full moon, you could go on 4 rampages and you're pretty much immortal. So, nothing to do with Lost, but that's vampires in games.
Memories quickly. Do your memories jingle, Scott? I was singing the memories jingle. Memories. What you did last time.
Memories.
Brilliant.
What a beautiful voice you have.
Okay, we've all got a couple of memories to read out, and then we've got 2 voice messages after. So,
and I have a little surprise for you as well.
Okay,
message out.
Exciting. I will go get mine quickly. Should have got this ready. Okay, you got your.
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't know what's keeping you two up.
Go on, do yours, and Paul.
Right. So the first memory this is a cool one. Travis from Santa Carla. Santa Cruz. Sorry, my mistake. So Travis, this was filmed in my neighbourhood. I used to walk across that bridge all the time. I still regularly shop in the comic book store from the movie. Now, I don't believe it's the same comic book. Wasn't the original one damaged in the earthquake? But they have rebuilt it.
Nice.
Yes.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So it's not the original, but it's still there.
The comic book store
And
there,
they've got the comic on the wall.
You can have photos with it, can't you?
That's cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's just capturing that tourism.
Yeah,
Sorry, Travis, it's still going on. For the bookstore from the movie, also still hang out at the boardwalk where the beach party took place. Santa Carla is actually Santa Cruz. And the film Lost Boys is inspired by actual events that occurred here. All the missing people and children's signs in the movie are based on real shit. People here disappear. They're never seen again. No bodies are found. They just vanish.
Wow.
The druggy scene here is... the druggy scene here is really operative, like the vampire cult in the movie.
Was he from Farringdon?
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Yeah, that's strange. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
isn't it?
That. I like that.
I wonder if they chose to film it there based on inspiration from real life events.
Oh, you got another one?
James from Ireland, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah. James gets in touch quite a bit as well, so thanks for that, mate.
I watched this on VHS when I was too young and is now always associated with when I bought a vampire motorcycle.
Cool. Scott, you got a couple?
Ali from New Jersey. I watched this movie when I was 14 in 2007, one of my favourite movies. Ever since then, I've been blasting I Still Believe in my car on the way to work. Great movie.
With your top off and jeans on.
I imagine so. That's all I can imagine, yeah. That Penny from Farringdon. I've got Ava, my daughter, to watch it the other night. She loved it. One of the best films of the 80s.
Cool, yeah. I've got a couple here. Amy French got in touch with Facebook. Love this film. Best quote, Death by Stereo.
Death by Stereo.
Vicky Stewart from Facebook said, love it. Charlotte Hoskins said, best film ever. And Davinia Parslow, who of course is the better half of Mark, friend of the show, Parslow.
Mm-hmm.
She said, my fave film of all time. Can't tell you how many times I've watched it. Thanks for that, Davinia.
Nice.
And we've got two. Have we got two voice messages? Have we got another one as well, Paul? You got one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Play.
I got two voice messages and we shall play them now.
Hiya guys, it's Kim here, aka 80s Movie Girl, over at the Gram. So I'm from Coventry and I'm also a big fan of your podcast, so keep them coming, guys. So, on The Lost Boys, I have to say, this is a real vampire movie, because vampires do not twinkle, do they, Twilight? Anyway, I love this movie so much. It has an awesome soundtrack and the casting, I think, is fab. I think I must have seen this when I was probably around 11 when I went to a sleepover. So don't tell my mum. Anyway, I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. I had a massive crush on Jason Patrick. I mean, he did look cool on that bike and them shades, nice. Fast forward to last year, I finally got to meet him at Comic-Con and he was such a lovely guy. I also got to meet Corey and Jameson, aka the Frog Brothers, and I got a photo with them posing with the famous Vampires Everywhere comic that they gave to Sam with their number on the back of it saying, "Pray you never have to call us." That was great. Anyway, enough on that. Keep them coming and all the best, guys. Cheers.
Hello, Movie Geeks. Thank you so much for covering The Lost Boys. My twin brother Dell and I absolutely love this film. So my first memories will always be the line, "What's your name?" Star. I mean, what a cool name. Never known anyone else to be called it. And a bit of a girl crush. Who would have known? And also my other memory was Diane Weiss nearly getting eaten alive by that thorn dog. Absolutely petrified. Keep up the good work, guys. Laters.
Okay, thanks for those messages. That was from Kim Ward and Beth Golding. Thanks for those. Have we got time for a little quiz?
Quiz time!
Let's go. Okay, quiz then. Ready?
All right then.
We're not doing buzzers this week. Because it's our birthday, we're doing... That's it. So you have to blow into
Sounds
those
exactly the same.
again. Yeah, it does. Right, let me just quickly cut this bit. Hold on a minute. We'll do that bit again in a second. Hold on. Nearly done. Should be up for time, shouldn't we? 10. Okay. Right, let's just do quiz again. Right. Okay, we've got time for a quiz?
Quiz time.
Okay, quiz. Here we go. We haven't got buzzers because it's our birthday. We've
Hang
got.
on.
Hold on.
I've got a good luck omen.
Go on then. What's your good luck omen? What the hell?
Just gonna stand
I thought you could do a Mooney then. Yeah.
Nah.
You got a Lost Boys t-shirt on.
He's taking his top off. Just his top, thankfully. That's our buzzers. Oh, look at
Nice.
his t-shirt. We'll have to take a photo of that. He's got 3 Retro Movie Geeks.
Save the clock tower.
We'll save the clock tower top on. I'll have to get.
Yeah, you know what annoying? I was supposed to speak, showed him here, and he wasn't really impressed. Like, you want one? And he went, yeah. I kind of looked at him and I said, but you don't want one with me? No. What picture do you want? I suppose you want Rob. I'm sure he's just doing it to wind me up.
Good kid. Good kid.
Yeah, he can move in here.
Okay, so no buzzers. We've got the blowy things. That's it. Okay, are you ready?
Yes,
I think it's 10-3 in the series. Question.
Shut up.
Question 1. Grandpa helps Lucy unpack the car. What US state is written on the side of the crate? Paul.
Louisiana.
No.
Missouri.
It's Arizona.
Oh, of course it was. So I went to Phoenix.
Yeah. Question 2. What colour lolly does Max give to Lucy in the video shoot? Scott.
Red.
Red it is. This t-shirt, you've got to rub it a bit more to get the good. Question 3. What day does the mailman bring the TV guide? Paul.
Thursday.
No. Scott.
Tuesday.
No, it's Wednesday. He brings it Wednesdays. Weird day to bring a TV guide, isn't it? I thought we'd like-
Stupid bloody quiz.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What was this question I wrote and then I watched it back yesterday. There's a little bit of dialogue you hear, but the main first bit. Okay. What's the first line of the film? The main first line.
I don't know.
God.
Told you guys to stay off the boardwalk.
Told you guys to stay off the boardwalk. Yeah. Because there's a little bit of there's like a scuffle before.
Yeah.
Get off that. But the first proper line was that.
2 down already.
Question 5.
I'll be jumping back on in a minute.
Question 5. What comic book is Sam looking for? Paul.
Superman.
No. Scott.
It is Batman.
Oh,
I
of course
can't
it is.
remember.
I want the number as well. 4. No.
Number 3.
No.
Number 4.
No. You're not
Batman 75 or something like that.
it was Batman 14.
14.
I've got my comic books the wrong way
You've got
round.
your comic books the wrong way around. Never mind. You can still come back. There's still time.
Whatever.
What year did the big one hit San Francisco? This is ridiculous, isn't it? Without blowing things.
1906.
1906. Yeah, you can have it. 2-1.
That's one of the ones I wrote down. So he's going to ask me
Gonna say
that.
that one. Right, we still got 4.
I just know my history on that one.
2-1. Okay, so I've scribbled this one out because we know what Grandpa's aftershave was, don't we? Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. Question 7. There is a poster of what singer in the Vampire? Scott. I want his name.
Oh. I knew the bags in the doors, yeah.
Paul.
Lisa would kill me if I got this wrong. Jim Morrison.
Tim Morrison, correct.
So, The Doors is her favourite band.
Oh, okay. So that's very cool. A very cool band tonight. He looks a bit like Michael, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks like Val Kilmer, I thought.
Yeah, he does look
Okay,
like
yeah.
that as well, yeah.
The Doors.
He played Jim Morrison in The Doors.
Oh, okay. He played it as a film, did he? You know.
Wait, yeah, I thought you guys were twigged.
No. 2-2. 2-2. With 3 questions to go. Question 8. This is a good question, this. I'm proud of this.
Oh.
What is the name of the boardwalk cop guy?
What, the security guard?
Yeah.
Vernon Beasley.
Vernon Beasley. I didn't think he was going to get that.
It's one of those ones that I thought I got in your head. And I thought,
Put on the
yeah.
thing, yeah.
I'll try not to get in Rob's head. I think that's why I do bad at the quiz, because I try not to get in Rob's head.
I get
my head,
I'm
boy.
all getting in Rob's head.
Well done.
Oh, I'm so glad that paid off.
Yeah. Next question. Question 9 then. 2 to go. What film did Sam and Michael use to describe Grandpa's house?
Oh, no, can't have to answer now. Night of the Living Dead.
Incorrect.
Oh, I remember.
If you get this ball, you can win with the next question. Go on.
Return of the Living Dead.
Can I another go? or not?
I'm going to say no because it's 3-2 and it's
you're
gone on
right.
to the next
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
But you know what it is? It was
It was Texas Chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw. Yeah. But I'm going to say no because it gives it suspense for the last question.
Yeah.
That we could draw this. Come on. Okay, here we go. What is the title of the magazine Edgar first gives Sam? Paul.
Spider-Man.
No, it's something to do with vampires, but I can't remember what it is. Vampire hunters.
Vampires everywhere.
Vampires everywhere.
You know what?
Right, let's go.
I'm not.
Clap for
I
Quizmaster.
was researching
Clap for
last
the
night.
Quizmaster. Come on, he's amazing.
I was researching Lost Boys quizzes last night
Was you?
because I was thinking, right, kind of getting Rob's head. What would Rob do? He would probably Google Lost Boys quizzes. So I found a number of quizzes, and I was memorising the answers.
Yeah.
Got any questions for us there?
And you did not answer.
No, because these are all from my head, and one I stole from another
All right.
podcast.
Stick your blowy in your mouth.
Go on then. Go.
Right. Who was the first vampire
First time that's
killed?
said to me. Marco.
Okay.
Marco.
Yeah.
Polo. Any more?
I'm not
You
bad
want
in that.
to, Max's dog. What's the name of Max's dog?
Thorn.
Thorn.
See, you can't catch me out, boys.
All right.
Do you want another one?
No.
100%. See, if I was in on this quiz, you boys would be.
I'm putting my jumper back on.
It'd be 17-0.
No, I was really chuffed with Vernon Beasley. And
Yeah, well done.
if you weren't going to ask, that's one I was going to ask.
Good question, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good question.
Okay.
But I saw you coming a mile off, you see.
Yeah.
I got a question for
You're
you.
getting in his head again.
What was written on Grandpa's second shelf?
Old fart.
Yeah.
See? Thank you very much. Let's stop there.
I would. Anyway,
Okay.
I thought I was originally going to do the quiz today.
Yeah, well, you're going to. I was ready for it.
Obviously.
Good job, eh? You lost, Scott. Right, let's wrap things up. Don't forget, we're on Instagram. Yep, Aren't We Scott? Paul on Instagram. You can like us on there, follow us. Facebook. We're on the YouTube.
Yep.
You can listen to us on.
I've done some adverts for YouTube.
Oh, have you?
Films, haven't I?
Oh, yes. They're quite fun. Check them out on YouTube. The Three Retro
Forrest
Movie
Gump, Short Circuit, Back to the Future, and Ghostbusters.
Geeks. But talking about the future, I saw
Don't start.
You saw Einstein?
Apple Podcasts, Audible. You can listen to us on all of those things. Shout outs, gents. You got any shout outs? You got any? Come on, there's got to be one. I want one a week from you guys.
I'm going to say to Lisa,
friends.
thank you for introducing me to this film. It's a great film.
Yeah.
Totally get why you love it. I like it as well. And it's one of the films I really love and will watch again.
I wouldn't have watched this until she mentioned it, so yeah, it's cool. It is cool, isn't it?
It is cool, yeah. But thank you to you guys, and shout out to you guys for getting me to watch a film I've not seen before.
Yes. I've got a couple of shout outs. Okay. Kim Ward from Coventry,
Kim.
the 80s movie girl. She is now, at the minute, in Astoria.
Nice.
And she's got one of our t-shirts that I sent her, and she's going to wear it and have a photo outside the Goonies house and send us. And maybe Short Circuit house. And happy 40th birthday to her partner, Ant. The 80s Cinema Club, two guys, Harry and Alfie. We've mentioned them a few times.
Yeah.
They've just done their 50th episode.
Wow.
So well done to those guys. I stole the magazine question from their quiz, actually.
They started after us as well.
No, just before. It was like a week before. So well done
We're
to you
on
guys.
17.
They're whacking them out. Graham Dalloway, he's been in touch on Facebook. He started to listen to us. And Ian Pendle, who is the manager of my son's football team, Stanford the Vale under 11s. I saw him the other day, and he's been listening to a couple. Nice. Shout out to the gaffer. He collects Star Wars toys, original Star Wars toys.
Nice.
That's why he's
Nice.
following us. So thanks for that.
And we've recently just passed 3,000 downloads.
Okay, that's cool. Excellent.
Which also exclude YouTube views.
Right, yeah, of course.
So,
That's cool.
quite a few more.
Join us next time. Oh, we're going to be doing some dirty dancing, aren't we?
Dirty dancing.
So I do some dirty dancing next to you now?
Get off me. Get off.
Right,
Get off me. What is that?
Just grinding.
Get off. Oh,
Is that a phone? Is that a phone in my pocket? My face to see you.
Dirty man.
That's not the phone. My phone's over there. Doing some dirty dancing, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we're going to attempt the lift as well. We're going to attempt to lift you, Paul.
Thank God there's three of us.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to lift you, and as the music plays, it's going to be good. It's going to be exciting.
You've had the time of your life.
I don't know about that. So that's going to be cool. So look forward to dirty dancing. One for the ladies.
One for the ladies.
Right, we're off to fill up our water pistols with some holy water.
Yeah.
So
This is your boiler kicks in.
just as the boiler kicks in, yeah. It's broke as well. I've got a new one coming next week.
Nice.
Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. Keep it retro. Right, let's open this. Let's get into this cake, shall we? Who wants the head?
I'm actually off chocolate. So sorry. Have it yourself.
Stay back! Help me! My own brother, a vampire. You wait till Mom finds out.